Hello, everyone. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I welcome you all to this World AI Forum's International Panel Symposium on Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Today, we have been joined by a very distinguished and a very special lineup of speakers. But that makes me wonder, why are we doing this? Why are we having these sessions on a regular basis? Why are we inviting people from across the globe? Why are we doing this international events? The point is that the future is here today. We are living in the age of AI. We are surrounded by AI everywhere around us. But are we really being able to explore AI to the best of our abilities? Are we even really at the standard where we know what AI really is and how it can help us? So, this is one of the many objectives of World AI Forum, where we are introducing you towards the applied perspective or the practical perspective of using AI so as to build a world where sustainability is no longer a theoretical concept, where inclusivity, equity, diversity, and fairness, they are not just bookish or theoretical principles, they are applied everywhere, they are followed practically. Therefore, on the similar lines, today we have with us a very distinguished panel. This panel is going to talk about how can we use AI for innovation and entrepreneurship. I am being joined by a very highly distinguished space speakers. First joined by Pooja Jain. She works at Google. She's a customer engineer over there and has developed a huge expertise when it comes to generative artificial intelligence. She knows the nitty-gritties of how the companies or the startups they are using AI to help build sustainable goals and sustainable solutions. I am being joined by Professor Arvind Rehalia. He's a professor and in charge at Bharati Vidyapeeth University, talking about innovation and entrepreneurship. He has mentored many successful startups who are doing great, bringing benefit towards the society. I am being joined by Ananya Ghosh Chowdhury, who is a senior cloud solution architect for data and AI at Microsoft. She has have practical experience in applying AI and generative AI in retail and consumer goods industry. I have with me Shama, who is a technical co-founder of Sign AI, a venture-backed initiative transforming accessibility. So this panel has had huge practical experience in understanding what works and what doesn't work. So I would like to request Pooja, the moderator of today, to take over the session from here forward. And we look forward to a great, meaningful, and a value adding session. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So, welcome back again to another great series with the World AI Forum. I love interacting with speakers of different backgrounds and different initiatives. And today we are joined by speakers from different states in US as well as in India. So, I'll quickly introduce again myself. Thank you, Pranjal, for the introduction. I work as a generative AI Gemini specialist and technical architect for Google, and some of my job responsibilities is to help some of the bigger customers across the world adopt Gemini, help them understand how they can achieve their dream state of collaboration and productivity with very minimal spending using Google products. So, without further ado, we'll get into the questions with first speakers, Shama. Shama, you have a great background, but could you please walk us through what do you do and a little brief about your profile as well?
Yeah, I have been a technology leader for last 16 years. I work at Google, LinkedIn, Amazon, some of the companies, very innovative, products. Then I started doing my entrepreneurship back in 2013, 14, initially with, like couple of failed attempts. And then I got, like success with Nicolytics that were acquired just this year. And now I'm a technical co-founder for Sign AI. And I'm also technical, like a co-founder for a company called Vox AI. So yeah, that's entrepreneurship is something I do, now.
Excellent. We would love to hear your entrepreneurship insights. Next up, Ananya, if you could please walk us through your profile and what do you do with AI today? Ananya, can we have Ananya on the stage? Okay, we'll add Professor Arvind. Sir, could you walk us through your background?
I am Dr. Arvind. I have background of electronics, BTech in electronics, masters in electronics and doctorate in electronics. And I am working with Bharatiya Vidyapeeth from last 18 years. From last 7 to 8 years, I am working as an entrepreneurship. And I am working with all the root class entrepreneur, which are working from the root stages. And from the student of 18 year to 22 year, I am working with them and I am working with many ideas per year and many of them do really well. But some of my startups are really doing well in India and abroad also. They are all from Bharatiya BJP, and its journey consists of more than 100 startups, and what 30 and 40 startups are doing really well in tech, non-tech, all cases. And it working with the root entrepreneurs feel me very happy because the root in the root we work very when the startup moves with the angel investor like a venture capitalist, then it's in a very high stage. But when you are prototyping the thing, when you are working on the root, it gives me a immense happiness that yeah, this is the thing which I want to do. How to target the market and how to track the patents and how to work on that.
Definitely. How do you, in what capacity do you advise those startups?
I am working as a CEO and manager of incubation cells, and we get the ideas from the college that some students in Indian platform they don't want to go a job, they want to produce the job because from last 10 years the entrepreneurship atmosphere in India is growing very fast. These days students don't want to go for job of some big MNC. Also, they don't want to start with their own startup so that they can work with their own priorities of the life. So we take the idea. We have mentors in our incubation cells. We make prototyping. We give 3D printing. And just 2 days before, we got a funding of 5 lakh each for to start from NASCOM Media, and the last month NASCOM Foundation. And in the last year, we get 10 lakh funding from SIH Smart India Hackathon. And once more, we also get the funding of 6 lakh for learning folk startup, education startup from NASCOM Foundation. When we get some funding we will get very happy, and many startups are doing really very well in Indian platforms. They are doing really well.
That's excellent. Yeah, you're right. These days, people want to have their own practice and own business rather than working for somebody. That's great. Thank you. We'll have Ananya back again. Please, Ananya, if you can share your background.
Yep. Hi, everyone, and thanks for the introduction, Pooja and Pranjal. My name is Ananya. I'm a senior cloud solution architect at Microsoft, focusing on everything data and AI. So, in my role, I focus on designing and implementing cloud solutions that leverage the power of AI to drive innovation and also efficiency. I'm also committed to responsible AI practices, basically ensuring that all our AI solutions are ethical, transparent, and fair, and that they respect user privacy and data security. Additionally, I'm also an advisor to several startups, helping them navigate the complexities of AI and cloud technologies, providing guidance on best practices, strategic planning, and implementation to help these startups succeed in their AI initiatives. Apart from this, I am also a career mentor dedicated to helping individuals grow and advance in their careers, upskill in their AI journey as well. And I'm a frequent speaker at industry conferences, contribute to the field through various publications, book reviews, writing books, and all of these. And thank you so much for having me here today.
Wow, that's a very impressive background. Could you help us walk through your education and how did you end up in AI? Was that your first choice back in school and college? And how did you finally understand and pivot that this is your purpose?
Yeah, great question, Pooja. So I started my career as a software engineer back in India, worked for Cognizant, PwC, and then I came to the US to do my master's in business analytics and project management. Then I joined CVS as a data strategy advisor, moved to Amazon as a data engineering architect, finally to Microsoft. And with my diverse background of various technologies, I felt that an architect position suits me well at this point of life, and AI being the new buzz in the town, specifically generative AI, and with the all the Azure AI models, the small language models, proprietary and everything. Definitely, it's a very exciting time to be in the AI field and helping organizations adopt AI, and helping folks get upskilled in AI and build really innovative AI use cases. So yeah, that's how I'm here.
Excellent. I'm sure there are people on this journey right now figuring out what their next 10, 20 years look like. So I'm sure they'll be very inspired looking at where all the speakers are today. So thank you for sharing that. We'll move on to the first question for Shama today. Shama, you are a very impressive co founder at CTO. What are some of the most impactful AI powered business solutions you are seeing emerge in the recent years?
Yeah, so first of all, AI is not new. We always had, like traditional AI, such as, like rule-based systems, or some of, like the early machine learning models that have, like shaped our technology industry for past 15 years. With the revolution of, like open AI and advancement in generative AI, definitely there is, like lot of, like opportunities that have been created in every sector, as well as like in every like different like industry. Some of my most recent evolutions that even use as part of my day to day like job, one of them is fireflies.ai, which basically I use it for every like meeting that I either host or am part of. It helps transcribing some of like the meeting summaries, the highlights. Then it generates some of the actionable insight, and I don't really have to now like pay attention of like, hey, attending the meeting and taking notes. So definitely fireflies.ai, and similar to that read.ai. Some of my like friends, they use read.ai. Langchain. So as part of our, like the development, the MVP development for my own, like startup, always looking for some, like good and efficient and quick, like solutions when building, like a MVP, want to do product market, validation. Langchain. Some of my, like developers are using or leveraging that platform. LangChain enables developers today to kind of integrate with like the different like tools, external tools, APIs, and definitely helps speed up your development. Hugging Face, which is I'm a huge like admirer of. It uses advanced machine learning. So some of these like startups or some of these innovations have demonstrated how AI has transformed like potential to kind of speed up some of like the processes, drive the revenue, create impactful product, as well as like overall cultivate a growth mindset. And yeah, so those are some of my favorites or some of my picks.
That's awesome. Fireflies.io, I need to check out after this. At Google, we use Gemini for notes taking for Google Meet. Definitely very good suggestions from Langchain and Hugging Face. Thank you so much. Next up, it's Ananya. Um, you work at the intersection of AI and enterprise solutions. How do you see the role of AI evolving in decision making and strategy, but at the boardroom level, where you're interfaced with C level executives every day?
Yep. Amazing. AI is really changing the game in the boardroom these days, and I definitely see AI playing a huge role in decision making and strategy. To start with, AI helps analyze tons of data, which gives us actionable insights. So this means that executives now can make more data-driven, informed decisions, have more control on trend analysis, spotting potential risks and opportunities. So it's like having a crystal ball, but way more reliable. Then there's the automation aspect of it. AI can take over routine tasks, allowing all of these C-suite level executives to focus on the bigger picture, utilize their time efficiently and efforts on strategic planning ahead. Also, AI helps us understand the customers better. So by analyzing customer data, we get deeper insights into their behavior and preferences. And this means that we can tailor our business strategies or our marketing efforts way more effectively, leading to, of course, happier customers and even better customer retention. And when it comes to risk management, AI is also a game changer. it helps us identify and mitigate risks by analyzing some of the patterns, predicting any potential issues before they become critical. So, this proactive approach definitely helps maintain sustainability, stability, and growth. And of course, let's not forget about innovation, right? So, AI is driving a lot of innovation right now by spotting new market trends and opportunities. So, it definitely helps companies and organizations stay ahead of the competition by enabling them to adapt quickly to changes in the market. So, overall, I definitely see AI is transforming boardroom decisions, helping executives make more data driven, efficient, and customer focused decisions and make effective strategies.
That's excellent. One of my experiences working with the enterprises is their investment of money into AI solutions. Have you had any thoughts around the ROI for the money that we are asking CEOs to invest as compared to the outcomes in terms of productivity or time savings or data management?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know. ROI is often a something that is top of mind for CEOs and CIOs and also CTOs right now. So I think that in that scenario, it's good to address the low hanging fruits, right? Like, what are some of the easy to implement use cases? And personally, me, I have seen like one of my very successful customers and organizations is of a contact center, like a customer center use case in which they are able to cut down their average length of a call by less than 50%, which is a huge time savings, right? Like, if you can, in that way you can achieve more calls, you can take more calls, you can translate those calls in different languages, and you can help your analysts identify any trends, take notes which can be later used for understanding, has there been a if there is a need to do root cause analysis and things like that. So definitely you should be targeting the some of the internal search use cases, because that helps you with productivity, and that way you can definitely show, and it's a tangible way of calculating, like, what is your investment versus how many man hours are you saving, right? Or how are you, in the previous example, by how many minutes are you able to cut down your average length of call, which equivalents to money and better customer. So that's a good way of measuring the impacts of AI in a more tangible manner.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And people need to start looking at it in terms of the time saved. And I often compare this with, if you are going to hire somebody, that's 40 hours of worth of week of person's time. But if you can get that time savings back by cutting down on the call, as you mentioned, then that's 2 hours of time savings per day. And if you multiply that by years, by weeks and months, then that's effectively one full head count. So that's value for CTOs and CFOs, especially when they're looking at their bookkeeping.
Yep. Another very amazing use case that I recently did is SQL, like NLP to SQL use cases, right? So instead of, and I'm not saying it is by any means to replace like a product analyst or a data analyst, but anyone would take time to understand what is this entire database, right? So if I can just ask question in natural language, like, let's say, if it is a coffee shop, right? If it's a coffee chain, who is available to cover the shift for so and so in a particular coffee store. So we don't always need as a product analyst doing that analysis for us. If you are able to ask your questions in a natural way, and that can go and fetch the answers from a database by itself, that's a huge achievement. It's a lot of technical barriers that you can overcome there.
That's very impressive. Thank you for sharing. Professor Arvind, from your perspective in working as in academia and as well as a leader in incubation and entrepreneurship development, how do you see AI transform the way students, especially who are becoming young entrepreneurs today, how do they approach innovation?
AI is the root of every startup these days. From the starting of the chat box to marketing to online shopping, we need AI. We make our students make web development new website using AI, and that are really very helpful because you can get a code very easily using AI. And these are the basic need. And incoming, because AI is influencing in India. India is the having the largest number of population, and you need Amazon and all these things in required in India is better than other countries, because in India the customer base is very high. So AI is the very good thing in Indian entrepreneurship. At this time, not much of AI startups are here, but few startups are here who are doing very well, because India is a country where we have every kind of population is here. But for a student who is, it is a future in India. Upcoming future is totally of AI. If student starts with and works with the startup of AI, then it will really boom, because these days all educational courses are like all in old days we why you was there, but all these type of courses are made by AI now. Now AI chat boxes are here who are helping students in making their studies, making thesis, making projects, making code developments. So in future these are going to be better, which we can use in marketing, sales, and other feature, banking, cyber fraud. These things will be boom now in India. In the coming upcoming sector, you will see everything will be integrated with AI. New innovations will come in the field of AI, because it's an upcoming sector. This day it's in college, media, and universities. AI, all of our projects of IT department and computer science are, most of them are already prediction model, heart attack, medical science, all is highly connected, and new models are being developed in Indian according to Indian platform, because platforms is very different. In US platform is US platform, because everybody has such kind of and everybody has such kind of qualification. But uh, platform changes with country changes. Like if I'm talking about India and talking about China, then platforms are totally different. But I assure you, Pooja, in upcoming time, in 4 to 5 or in 10 years, it will be a great boom. AI will be everywhere in India. Banking, medical, science, chat box, everything will be AI based. Uh, One question I was just asking, teaching will be also challenge. AI is also challenge for teachers also,
Mhm.
because it has combined its knowledge of everything. You see, Google search is totally based on AI. A farmer is getting knowledge of their crop, weather information using all these technologies. So from the root grass farmer to a CEO of a big company, everybody get the influence of need AI. So it's a big tool, and many courses, many universities have started only degree in AI in India. Bachelor and master degrees, many universities has started AI courses. Most of doctorate degrees are, I have think, thesis are in AI thesis, like development of medical science or prediction of heart attack using AI, machine learning, deep learning. All things, these things are in the hands of students these days. And in fact, other fields like civil engineering and like your mechanical engineer also affected with AI based car model, ADAS model. Everything is AI in this. But in upcoming few years, AI will be in Indian platform, in Indian. Now these things are in universities, but when it these things will be in the field, like when Maruti will do and all these our car vendors of India will do, you will see AI on roads, on hospital, everywhere. Everywhere you will see AI in upcoming 4 to 5 years, maximum 4 to 5 years.
Yes, excellent. I love the fact that you're thinking of how students can see the future, and website development is a very classic use case. You don't need to know coding today. You can create a new website from the
New
scratch
website,
using AI.
correct. AI,
And the customer base in India being so high is definitely one of the best breeding grounds for new founders
totally.
these days to reach their customers very early, get feedback early on, and change the platform. As you said, Indian country has different needs, and the platform needs to rapidly evolve with the customer's feedback. Thank you for sharing that. Next up to Shama. Shama, you advise a lot of startups and businesses. What common challenges do you observe when it comes to actually integrating AI into their operations, and how can they overcome them?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I'll take two real world examples.
Mhm.
One of them in 2023, I was working for one of like the hyper growth advertising startup, and AI was a buzzword there without having like clear understanding of what AI is, how like AI will align with like business goal, or like the strategic approach towards AI. And then because of lack of expertise, the company couldn't really like integrate AI successfully and had to outsource, and then like it follows through with high cost delays and then misaligned work and lot of like those kind of challenges. And then apart from my entrepreneurship, I'm also like a mentor for one of like the founders organization called One Day. It's a UK based platform. And so I mentor next generation founders. So one of my founder had like developed some of like AI models for building their like product MVP, and it worked really well when they tried this views within like internally. And when they went in real world, the scaling lack of having a good approach towards scalability definitely like created a lot of like struggle for them. So I would say like scalability, having lack of like talent or expertise in AI, having a full understanding of your business goal and how AI will align with that. Some of these are like common challenges that I've seen like startup to startup. A lot of people are using AI as a buzzword, so I would highly recommend that, hey, like definitely have a clear objective, understand your customer, have a strategy approach towards like AI, and then start thinking about like how you want to integrate AI in your operational operations or day to day activity to bring efficiency and create the impact that you are looking forward to create. One approach I would like highly recommend, which I have like tried for all my startups, and I'm also trying it or applying it for my current startup, is controlled acceleration, a strategic approach where you first like do the customer discovery with your problem statement. And then while like you are working with your customer to understand how and what, definitely start thinking and researching around like some of the AI like models. There are a lot of like good LLM providers nowadays, whether it's OpenAI, whether it's Meta, Gemini, Google Gemini. So a lot of like are available there. So once you understand your customer, once you align with like, hey, this is my like objective for my MVP, these are my KPIs to measure this specific objective, then definitely start thinking about integrating AI. Start with the modular, and then like a like a strategic and modular baby step kind of approach, where, hey, you are building tech like one of the user scenario. Create like AI model, or apply the AI model with like the data that you really like want to try or do a product market fit. Once that is like done, measure the like accuracy, measure whatever different metrics which are critical for you, and then take like another approach of going to alpha beta, and then like go in real world. And that will help you like fine tune some of like the models that you are using or creating your own model. You will like fine tune those. You will work with real world customer. You are now that you are going after the problem that customers are willing to pay for. So that will boost your morale, as well as your AI will be like pretty like powerful that you are building. And then you can achieve the scale at which you want to like go. So that would be like one approach that I would recommend. So yeah.
You gave a really good roadmap for people who are trying to understand, and you're absolutely right. Don't use AI just because of the sake of using AI. Understand the business problem you're trying to solve first. Have a strategy. And then you hit a very important point, was hire the right talent. Is your team having the right people who can integrate AI in a way that makes sense to your business? So I have a follow up question for you. Let's say they have answers to all these questions and they've figured out yes, 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 yes. What is the AI implementation, the model? Should they go to Amazon, Google, Microsoft? What is it that they should be looking at when actually implementing that AI model?
Yeah, I would definitely talk about like two things. One is the fidelity, because if you want to like integrate your like AI into your like business use case, having a fidelity as well as like quality is critical. And all these comes with like ethical as well as like compliance, different regulatory compliance. So those are like, so identify some of the risk and create like a mitigation plan. Then responsible AI, which is a good practice to adopt while implementing or integrating actual artificial intelligence like models, or even computer vision models, NLP, whatever you're using. So my like guidance or coaching here would be more like kind of like responsible AI, making sure that hey, you are keeping track of some of like the compliance requirements. You're keeping on like staying on top of ethical approach towards AI, and then implementing actual AI. There are a lot of options available, Google for startups, then like Microsoft for startups, as well as Amazon or Nvidia now has come up with its own like Nvidia for startup. So look at all these options and identify what your business case is, what kind of like data volume that you want to like start with, and which is like the solution that's going to give you more like kind of bucks for your like whatever investment you are making. So ROI is like a good metric to kind of identify whether you want to go with Microsoft for startups, whether you want to go with like Google for startups, and then do an experimentation. You can do, if you're, let's say for example, you're creating like something like fireflies.ai, then like meeting, then start using, just create like a simple like use existing AI module that transcribes your audio video into like text, and then use it in your day to day like meeting, do day to day conversation. Look at what kind of data or outcome that is getting produced, and that outcome, what are like the important factors from that outcome that you want to derive, and then shape up your like feature capabilities. Definitely don't go for adding bunch of feature capabilities. Start with like small, start with backbone, or whatever is critical for your like startup to kind of like sustain scale by working with customer.
Hmm. So, should they try all different models at the same time? For example, Google gives free credits. Similarly, Microsoft might have something for small businesses. Amazon might have something for small businesses. So, you're suggesting do an ROI for every company?
I would,
So, yeah.
yeah, I would say that, suppose like Microsoft is giving like more for like startup for credit, and they have like the right like model where you don't have to have large volume of data. Definitely like go with Microsoft, or like look at alternative. But I would definitely, so for Sign AI, we actually have been working on Microsoft. We started with like Microsoft Azure, and did like a POC with Microsoft Azure. At the same time, we applied for Amazon and Google, because I'm ex Amazon, I'm ex Google. So I was able to get credits for both. After looking through like all these three like different whatever factors, I decided that I want to go with like say Amazon AWS, because that's what one I'm like most like comfortable, because I've recently used that. Second, that has most of the solution that I'm really looking for. And it helps like with some of the metrics or outcomes, and I was able to get like credits. So I went with AWS, but I did research all three, because there are a lot of solutions available. But definitely also look through your like community network, talk to some of your advisor. If your startup has any technical advisor, definitely talk to them as well, get their guidance, and then like figure out which solution is right solution for you, and do an experiment, and even if, and then fail fast and learn fast, and then like go for something else.
Amazing. I think this is going to help clarify a lot of doubts for new entrepreneurs, which is where do we get started? And a lot of them are business MBAs, not necessarily engineers, but they're MBAs. They have a business idea. But the real question is yes, we would love to have AI, but where do we get started? So I would highly encourage people to go back and we probably play the recording back again for the last 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Shama, again. Ananya, you also advise a lot of startups and you're also a mentor. Similarly to the previous question, not a lot of entrepreneurs have technical expertise in a way that they can leverage AI because their MBA is really good at understanding business. What is your advice on how they could leverage AI, but they might lack the technical expertise or resources?
Yeah, I would say first off, start small. So begin with a manageable AI tool that can provide immediate value. So these small wins can also show you the potential of AI for your particular use case, and at the same time, you don't have to do a massive investment to start with. So definitely take advantage of the existing tools if you lack in-house expertise. So some of the low-code, no-code platforms, such as let's say the Azure AI Foundry, right, or some of the Gemini models, maybe it would be a great place for you to start. And these are definitely fantastic resource. So, and these platforms are designed to help businesses accelerate their AI journey, and they provide with all the comprehensive suite of tools and services. So all the pre-built models that you would require, all the customizable solutions, robust infrastructure. So all of this is already available within these platforms that can help you to implement any AI, machine learning, NLP, or even customer vision, even custom vision or computer vision use cases. So by leveraging these platforms, you will be able to focus on developing some of the innovative solutions without getting too bogged down by the technical complexities, because these platforms are very easy to implement. You can develop a POC solution or an MVP solution, a quick prototype, and you'll be able to test and deploy some of the AI applications really fast. And this will help you in ultimately driving growth and also efficiency in your businesses. Another tip I would definitely say is focus on your data. We say garbage in, garbage out, right? So AI definitely thrives on good data. So make sure that you have a very solid data strategy in place. Next, definitely invest in training. So invest in training for yourself and your teams to build a foundational knowledge of AI at least, and its potential implications. And applications, of course. So stay informed. The AI landscape is constantly evolving and changing, and so it's very important to stay up to date with all the latest trends and developments. Follow some of the industry news, attend conferences, join AI focused communities, and be up to date with all the new opportunities and best practices. So by starting small, leveraging existing tools to build your MVP or POC solutions, seeking the right partnerships, maybe you want to partner with the AI firm who has done this before. You will be able to effectively integrate AI into your business strategy and drive growth, and also be ready to pivot as necessary. There would be situations probably where you would need to pivot, so be flexible and be ready to pivot, as and when required.
Wow, excellent. I have to reiterate, data is the most important thing. Number of times I hear people say AI is going to fix their problems magically. No, it's not. Is your data clean?
Yeah.
And garbage in, garbage out. That is the reality. So, yes, while AI can be a panacea for a lot of things, but data is really the underlying criteria. Are you making sure that your data is clean? It's not full of biases. It's not duplicate. It's not bad. It doesn't have any bad data in it. So that's where the journey starts, and it's not a one step shop, but it's an evolution. And you're right, are we pivoting early on, are we failing fast and learning to move on? So great suggestions, thank you so much. Professor Arvind, you coach a lot of students, and India is at the epicenter for emerging of all the tech innovation that we're seeing this year. What do you see the role AI playing in this growth, and how specifically in your position in academia, what is academia doing to support this growing ecosystem?
Academia is continuous helping the student to promote their startups in this field and to learn these technologies as soon as possible, because whole world starting from Tesla, SpaceX, and all big companies all are moving toward AI. All world is moving toward it, and if our student had to compete in with them, all the students are from the world, then they have to learn all these current technologies as soon as possible using AI, ML, and it. In fact, if they want a good job in Amazon and big MNCs, they have most of the jobs are coming in the field of this AI, you can see. So academia is continuously promoting this current technology. In fact, Indian government has started many courses in field of AI and ML, so that student can learn this technology and they can grasp good jobs in these big MNCs, and they can help new startups in the field in these fields, because AI is the need. And in fact, if academia will grow, then it will also help in the field of medical science, because if you can predict diseases in the predefined time, you can predict a person's heart attack and some important diseases before it can occur. And you have seen data is a very big thing. If you have a good very prediction model, you can predict model for everybody's health. So AI can made very good prediction of order for weather forecasting, for health monitoring. In fact, you can predict like epidemic. So based on data, what are the various features? It can be a big project of community health. So in India, academia is doing very good in this field. They are searching all this. They have all academy is providing all kind of software help, hardware help if they are required. Like in academia, all of the current tools are here in the Indian academia. Most of colleges are adopting the current tools, like current software. They are in the their system infrastructure, GPUs, and all these things are in academia these days, and students are really working on this. I, as I have discussed earlier, most of the projects are AI based. Whether it project is from IT department, EC department, CS department, any department. So all of the projects, students are making chat box. Students are making chat box for help. You can add on your symptom, and they will predict the disease. Some students are making such they can predict medicine. What required is some specification or some help from doctor also, because AI cannot directly give the medicine. You need some more feature and guidance from the doctor also.
Mhm.
So students are doing very good projects in Indian academy. Every year there are competitions, and I have been judged in many startups competition. I have seen many AI based projects are there. So in India, academia is totally focused on this current technology, because in word you have you say move fast and fail fast. You have to come with all these technologies. Now you will be obsolete. Change is only constant in word. If you don't want to change, you will be absolute. Change is the only constant. So students are upgrading their skills in every sector. One of my students is working with the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. He has master degree in AI, and there they are using for cyber fraud and all kind of analysis. In medical science, if you are talking about data analysis, you can predict how many jaundice patients are there, how many B positive groups are there in the hospital, how many cardiac patients. That all is need prediction data is always using AI. So students, if you talking about academia, students are doing very good projects in academia, and I hope many of them can be turned up in the startup. If your project is affecting, there are three factors: TEF, time, effort, money. If your project is affecting or supporting time of the customer, energy of the customer, and P, time, effort, and money. M, money of the customer, and then startup will be hit in the market. TEM model. We work on it. I see the project which is affected either three TEM of the customer. It is providing less time,
Mhm.
energy, and money.
Mhm.
Then it will work in the market. And many of startups are running on this thing.
Mhm.
I propose these type of models in the college and other organizations, that the project should focus on these things,
Yeah.
so that we can promote it in the field of startup
Mm.
by the period of 1 year or 2 years. So academy is highly focusing on these things, and we are working on all passion and profession. So students are also have a great passion for these technologies. If you see, many students have a passion for these technologies. They learn, and overnight they develop many new things. As compared to my age of my BTech, now students are very much passionate about these technologies. So I hope in the coming 1 or 2 year or 3 years, you will see a lot of AI startups in India.
From your experience watching students grow, what advice would you have for somebody who is in their 10th grade, 11th grade? What field of BTech or is engineering still needed these days? What they should do in life to get to a point where they can say, we understand AI? Is AI degree really necessary?
Yes, AI degree necessary. What has today's one word in your this seminar is innovation. Words are moved by innovator. In fact, today, AC alternating current developed by Nikola Tesla, but we use it after 2 or 300 years. So, words is known by innovators. Today, the great technology is AI, but students only work on innovations. If you have a passion of innovation, innovation is only the thing with the word. And you see, in old days, we have a brand ambassador here, Maruti 800 here. But today, we have a number of cars in India. Innovation. We in old days we have a black and old umbrella, but these are red umbrella, blue umbrella, bright umbrella, rabbit umbrella. So word is love of innovations. If student had to grow with technology like AI, they have also worked for innovations also, because it when 4, 5, 6 years it was crypto was there, blockchain was there. You have seen all these things. But
Yeah.
today AI is
So
there.
you're saying it
Only AI is
doesn't
there.
matter what stream you choose, as long as you are innovative and you're finding
Yeah,
innovative
yeah, yeah,
solutions. It does not matter what stream of bachelor's of engineering you do. Because
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
times
yeah,
I hear students say, should I pick electrical? Should I choose computer science? So your advice is it does not matter what they choose as long as they
yeah,
are thinking of innovation.
yeah. Innovation. Because I in AI, then ML is there, deep learning is there. There are hundred things, and everything this will growing.
Mhm.
I have in technology more than 25, 26 years. So I have seen many technology. When we started, our Fortran was a language, C, C++, Java, Python, and nowadays everything is removing. Now ChatGPT is maybe remove software engineering. You can get a code very easily. So word is in field of this changing very fast. As
Yeah.
I told you, the only change is constant.
Yeah.
But if student is having a innovative mind, he will never, nobody can change.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
innovations in any field, if you are in any field, innovation is most important thing.
Perfect.
Degree can provide you a job. Degree can provide you a job. But if you are innovative, you will be in the market forever.
Perfect. Thank you so much for those words for people who are still in their school phases or looking to grow even after their education to innovation. Thank you, sir. So we'll have a rapid fire to spice some things up. So I'll bring first speaker Shama. You can think, but please answer as quickly whatever comes to your mind and in a few words. So if AI could automate one annoying task in your life, what would it be?
Yeah, being an entrepreneur, resilience and grit are critical because you have to constantly go through fundraising. So if there is a AI tool that could automate the end to end of, like fundraising life cycle, I would love that.
Oh my God, fundraising is a pain. Agreed. Your go to mantra for startups venturing into AI: fail fast or plan perfectly. Which one would you choose?
I would choose, like fail fast. But with fail fast, definitely, learn faster, as I had, like mentioned earlier too. So fail fast.
I think I like your phrasing better. Learn faster. Great. Would you trust AI to choose your next vacation destination or your next business partner?
As long as AI surprises me, yeah, I would definitely, rely on AI to. I pretty much rely on AI to do, even my day to day activity. So yes.
Excellent. I see we are leaning more towards using AI for our workflows. Excellent. Ananya, if AI could do your job for a day, what would you spend that free time doing?
Okay. Well, firstly, I don't think that's possible. I don't think AI can take anyone's job entirely because we always need a human in the loop. However, leveraging AI for some of the routine tasks can be a game changer. Like I use co-pilots all the time in my job to help with, let's say, creating a first draft of documents, summarizing emails, highlighting key discussions, writing some of the codes, and that definitely frees up some of my time, and I can focus on more strategic and creative aspects of my job. So definitely, if I can take up my routine jobs, I can focus on more, creative and strategic jobs.
Yeah, I completely resonate with that. It's not about what would you do in the free time, but it's
Yeah,
about how can you be more creative, which is such a luxury these days because we are just pressed on for deadlines.
yeah.
Perfect. Next question is: would you rather have AI read your mind or would you rather have it do your taxes?
Oh, taxes, please. I would happily prefer AI do my taxes and all my other paperwork. Like, I hate doing documentation. It's tedious, time consuming. So, having AI take care of all of those tasks will be amazing. So, and that way I can also focus on some interesting strategic aspects. And with AI doing my taxes, I can also ensure like accuracy and efficiency, which is always a bonus. And, but on the other hand, if I have AI read my mind, firstly, that sounds a bit too invasive. I definitely value my privacy. And the idea of AI knowing every thought of mine is definitely unsettling to me. So I'll stick with AI doing my taxes and keep my thoughts to myself.
Yeah, totally agreed. It sounds invasive, but at the same time, it's a great use case. People are using AI as their personal therapist. For people who feel the need for privacy and speaking to an actual therapist, they're doing journaling with AI, and AI is, as we know, trained on all the psychological tricks and tips in this whole world. So they're using it in a way that can help them become better person. I
Correct.
thought that was really great way. Perfect. But taxes is absolutely any day, please.
Yeah.
Would you surprise? What would surprise you more? AI writing the next bestseller or AI winning a reality TV show?
Okay, that's a fun question. So I think I would definitely be surprised if AI wins a reality TV show, because writing a bestseller is definitely within the realm of possibility for AI. Like, given its ability to analyze patterns in successful literature and generate content, right, and also engaging text. So I wouldn't be surprised if AI writes a book and it becomes a bestseller. However, winning a reality TV show would be a different story. Like, because reality TV often involves a lot of human interaction, emotional intelligence, and also spontaneous decision making, right? Which are areas where still AI has limitations. And however, the idea of AI avatars or AI robots arguing and gossiping on a show like, let's say, Big Boss is definitely intriguing. I would definitely love it thoroughly with a bucket of popcorn, let's say. But like, it will be fascinating to see how AI handles all the drama and unpredictability of a reality show. But on a serious note, I don't think AI can win a show, especially if it is a reality show, because as the name says, right, it is still artificial, and there's no human essence to it, which is the entire essence of a reality TV show.
A little follow up on the rapid fire. If in a reality show, let's say you and AI were two participants, what would you worry AI asking you?
I wouldn't participate in a reality show, firstly. But if I ever be that, I wouldn't bother answering him, or okay, fine, let him or her be, or the robot be. So yeah, no, no interactions with AI, not required.
Great, great. Okay, we love AI, but we wouldn't be in the same room in the reality show. Okay, perfect. Professor Arvind sir, if an AI student joined your class, would you have them take the test or would you have them not take the test?
I will take the test. Whether it is wrong or it's right, I will surely take the test.
And
So
if AI were a student, would it sit in the front row of the class or the back row of the class?
it will surely sit in the front row. It will surely sit in the front row. And I
Okay,
have to say, I will happy to see learn. I am ready to learn the things. If he can teach me, I can ready to learn.
perfect. Lifelong learner.
Like,
If an AI startup pitched the idea of replacing professors with robots, what would you say?
yeah, it can be because if AI can do that thing, that was a very good thing. Because in what I think, two things are very important. One thing is health, and one thing is education. Many countries in the world, like South African country, they don't have good teachers. I teach them. So if you can provide them good teachers using AI, that will literally help the world. Second thing is health and education. Health, if you can provide AI based medical science education, you can predict creatinine level in advance. Many of person die due to diabetes, creatinine, and this. If you can remove corona from AI, that will be helpful to the world. It will surely make the world a very loving place to live. So I request all these AI experts to make develop in AI such model that can provide education system, because very countries are not getting very good teachers. I am in touch with Kenyan students, Somalian students. Our teaching quality is really very good. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
So health and education is the base of all world. In fact, world want peace. If they can, AI can provide peace. Many countries you will see in this time in world there is such a turbulence. If
Mhm.
AI can remove health problems, education problem, and this provide like a simple citizen like me, I need a health, education, and peace in my life. So that is the biggest achievement. That will the biggest achievement of AI. I want AI teacher should be there.
What would peace
And
look like to you?
like in see in this time world is moving toward turbulence. India is in peaceful state. No, that India there is nothing. But in when in two or three countries are in fight, then a normal citizen face a lot. This should, everybody who has taken a word should need a peaceful life. A right of education and health is right of everybody. It should be provided to everybody, every citizen in the world, everyone in the world, globally.
Yeah.
So Everybody should have a right to stay in peace, and they should have good facilities of health and education.
Yeah. Next question. If you could automate one part of your teaching job, what would it be?
Paper checking. It's very paper checking. I have to check paper sheet every terminal exam, and it's a very tedious job. And we have to answer the question why I have given less marks, why I have given more marks. A very challenging task. Why you have given him 4 marks, why me 2 marks? It's very challenging. I want my AI robot to check my question paper answer sheets.
I absolutely empathize with you, and I agree that would be such a helpful thing for all the teachers in this world. So, startup founders or people who are looking for ideas, wink, wink, please create a solution that can do paper checking, and this will be adopted by all the universities in this world.
All
I
the
can
time.
tell you that much. Thank you. That was, you just gave $1 million idea on the call. So we'll have one last question for everybody on the panel. So we have people from Seattle, from Bay Area, from India, and UK as well. So this is for all of us in the panel to discuss it collectively. What opportunities do we see for cross-border collaboration in the space of AI innovation? And we can start with Ananya.
Well, okay. So, firstly, I think by working together across different countries, we can definitely pull into resources from different countries, like, and share knowledge and tackle some of the global challenges as well. Additionally, since one of my focus areas is responsible AI, so collaboration across different countries will definitely help us standardize some of the AI regulations and ethical guidelines. So, ensuring that all the use cases that we are developing in the industry on AI is responsible and beneficial for all of us.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, Shama, if you want to quickly take your jump, take on it.
Yeah, data set, we all are always, like looking for the right, like data, the qualitative or quality data to train, fine tune our AI models, which could be, like relevant to whatever, MVP we are, like working through. So every company is, generating some or other aspects of, like data. And if, like cross borderly, like, between, two countries, between, different countries, if we could kind of share that data, which is, doesn't include any, privacy and all that, have, universal ethical, whatever, like rules and regulations around that, then, like we could better fine tune and better, create models that will be, relevant across the board.
I love that. How can we have an international data set, not just country specific? I think this has a huge potential. Something like Google started as just one dorm room search. Facebook started as something in their dorm project, and it has now global following. So this is, albeit one of the topics we should definitely have encourage our viewers to think is going beyond the responsible compliances, which is obviously one of the things we have to work as governments and countries together. But having a global AI vision would be helpful. Dr. Arvind, what are your takes on that?
I focus always on two things, as I have taught you, discussed you earlier: health and education. If you
Mhm.
have any such kind of knowledge related to health, which can remove any epidemic like corona and such like things into any country, such kind of database if you are having, such of technology using if you are having, you will share across the world, as we have shared like corona injection to everybody in the world. Similarly, education. Some technologies are with US, some technologies are with Japan. If some student want to learn that technology should be available to every student in the world. So knowledge and education and health should be the main focus from my point of view. And if AI is doing that, and it's like one organization, Doctor Without Borders. If
Mhm.
there is an organization, I like that name very well. AI should be like that, AI without borders. It should help in every aspect. If any country can help other country, like in old days, there was kingdoms, small kingdom helping other kingdom. Should from every aspect, health and education are the main aspect, and other social like marketing, sales, and that is also important. So through all the aspect, AI should be also work in cross-border organizations like cross-border organizations
Perfect. I love that. Hashtag AI without borders. We should make
without
that
borders.
our slogan. I love that principle of doctors without borders is how can we just I think we are losing the humanistic component. Everybody's chasing this new startup idea. How can I become this new co-founder? But the essential idea is we're all humans. Humanity is at the core of it. And if we just learn something, share it with the world, because if I grow, you grow, humanity grows. And at the end of the day, what matters is a peaceful life. What are we leaving for our generations behind us? And that's not going to be our status, it's not going to be our titles, it's going to be something meaningful that we learned and we were able to share with the world. For example, Upanishads and Vedas, these are Hindu mythology, but somebody had to write it, and we are referencing it after so many years, and this is so relevant even today. So how can we learn something but share it, make it open source, and have it be in the blog format, create your own articles. So please spread the world. If you learn something, share it. If you see something, say it. And hashtag AI without borders, let's help each other and share our knowledge. If you know somebody who's good at website creation but they don't have technical expertise, but you have done it, but you are also not a coder, go ahead and reach out to that person and tell them, this is how I would go and start doing it. And that's how we can all collectively be better humans. I love the discussion today. Thank you all for participating. I learned a ton. Hopefully you all learned a ton. And please let us know what you enjoyed, and we'll be sure to create small snippets and share this with your families and your friends and your entrepreneurs friends. Back to you, Dr. Pranjal Jain, for leading us through the session and ending on a strong note.
I just want to thank all of you for a wonderful session this time. Three of you are in the US, one of you is in India. Thank you very much for sharing your precious guidance today. One of the things that we were talking about, having an international collaboration between AI and startups without borders. So, why is it important? I would like to say that the global startup economy today is valued at over $3 trillion, which is comparable to a GDP of a G7 nation. However, 90% of the startups fail in their initial 5 years. 90%. So, while on the one side we are saying that the startup economy, they are so important in driving the global economic growth, while on the other side we are saying that they are failing so quickly, where is the gap? The number one gap that we can identify is the lack of mentorship, the lack of proper awareness about how things are happening and across the world. For example, if someone wants to start something in India and that someone else has already done that in US, why can't there be a collaboration where people can talk about what their struggles were, what their experiences were, what were their learnings, what were their failures? So that's why international collaborations like this platform, they are very important in helping. How can we build up sustainable solutions? How can we learn from our failures, not just from my past, not just from your past, but from the past of everyone, each and every person who has lived on this planet. So just I would like to conclude by saying that we have grown up listening to history repeats itself, but until and unless we apply it practically, we never learn from the past mistakes that were committed by someone else. So, if you are a new age entrepreneur, if you are a college student, if you are venturing out into new startups, or you have failed in your startups, just take one note from this session, that you need to have an open mindset, you need to have a focused mindset, learn from your mistakes, learn from what people are doing in other places and other platforms, and of course, subscribe to World AI Forum. So, thank you very much, all of you. Great session. Have a great time ahead. Thank you, participants. I wish you all the best. See you in the next session very soon. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.